All right. Where's my video? Please stand by. This is, yep, that's that, that's that. Okay, where's my video? This may be a very short, yeah, this could be kind of short. That's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted. There we go. Okay. So the question is, do I have audio? And where's it coming from? All right, audio input capture. It says it is. Let's use this one. There we go. Okay. All right, well, here we are. A not terrible, but starting off bad, live from Grid Monkey. I don't even really know what we're covering tonight, but anyways, I wanted just people to come hang out. I've had some technical difficulties with my second monitor and getting set up. So, yeah, so this will be kind of interesting. So I see David was here and my executive producer, Dr. Meatball, as well. And apparently my cat. Hi. You want to join too?
Yes, she wants daddy time.
Of course she does.
She loves TV.
She does, and she loves.
If the shame your video's not working, you could show a video of her watching YouTube.
Yes, my video not working at all?
Mm-mm.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. What is going on? It says that I'm live. Refresh it.
It's showing the audio. There we go.
Okay. Yeah, apparently well, she's under the, she's on the shelf now. Come here. Come here, buddy. Come here. All right. You want to say hi? Say hi. No, don't get on the computer. You're probably going to end up shutting something down. Anyways. All right. Well, because I don't have the second monitor, I'm going back and forth between OBS and between the view here, and I think everything is up and running with one concurrent viewer, which is awesome. It's probably my executive producer, but it's not always about the live. It's about people who come back to see too. Well, recently I had set up this little machine here as my personal file server amongst everything in the house because I've been switching PCs. This is the generic AK2, I think it was. Yeah, how about that, the AK2. So one of my first mini PCs, and the first video that really got attention because it was, you know, around $70 or so when I bought it. So I was running that, and I was running this big guy here. This is a HP, oh man, what is it even? It's a HP Z2 Mini G3 workstation. And I got this to run some things because of it can run ECC RAM. And I thought it was real funny how similar these guys look. But anyways, this one's fan was running just a little bit more than I wanted. This one would occasionally just run up high for no particular reason, and then I'd have to shut everything down and start it back up. So I've decided to not use these, and instead, off camera, I have now the fanless mini PC that was shipped without Windows activated. I'm using it now with Linux as my own personal file server. But thanks, Craig. Craig said, really handsome / pretty cat. She is pretty. She is currently also attacking a blanket and possibly her tail, which is always fun. So one of the big updates I have is I should have more time to devote to the channel, but there's a hiccup in that as well. We are in the middle of trying to move, which means we are trying to sell our house and then move into another house closer to family. But overall, that should help. Oh, there goes my phone with noises. That should help provide more time for me to actually be able to sit down and produce content. But I'm also not working anymore, which means I don't have the capital as much to actually spend and on things to create content. However, I do have quite a few items sitting around that I had planned to and just never have. As my wife makes a comment that she'll say, you know, we've calculated that there are some 50 plus computers in the house.
And that doesn't include mine.
It doesn't include hers.
And what's that?
And she is holding up 4 fingers. She's got 4 computers currently.
What's a tablet?
Plus a tablet.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not just me. But anyway.
Well, there's a big difference between 4 and 50.
Yes, there is.
I'm going to go with it is you.
Well, yes, it is me. And yeah, there's lots of little things I want to do. I still have some mini PCs that I've not reviewed.
Look at what Craig just said in the chat.
Oh, well, thank you, Craig. Yeah, honestly, it's not a bad little machine, and for the price, I've got to say, especially if we think back 10, 15 years ago, you could not do anything like this for that type of cost. It works for browsing the internet. You know, YouTube videos may be a little tough, but other than that, it worked out pretty good. Because I didn't have access to the fan controller levels under Linux for some reason, it was right in that area where sometimes it would run low, but sometimes it would run high, and that was, you know, basically with the CPU around 34 degrees C. So it was high, low, and I just decided, well, I will eventually find another project for this where it's not sitting right next to me in a quiet room. And it actually makes me really happy that you're here, Craig, and I can hear that someone actually bought one based off my review and that it's actually working well. That's always one of my concerns too, is when I buy something and I go through a testing phase and it shows it's okay, is it going to stay okay? And I never want to lead anyone wrong in saying it's a great product, but I just don't know. And we could say that the cheap mini PCs, they're going to die, but you know what? So are the multi-$1,000 computers that you know, we buy from reputable companies. They're also going to die. You know, so what's your return on investment and time and all that stuff? But I'm on a portable lavalier mic, so we're going to see if this works as I go to another room. I wasn't completely planning this, but I am going to show something I was going to be working on, and it has been put away because of the move, and I can't have all the computers out. Is it? This is the one. All right.
Your mic is working just fine.
My wife. Okay, thanks.
And we can hear you pulling your out. You can go to David's comment.
Cool. Nice, very nice, David. And can I just say, I love saying a wow, the wow PC.
That was not helpful.
We were looking at a house on Wow Road, but it was W period O period W period,
And it was not a wow house.
It was not a Wow house, and we couldn't figure out what it stood for. And my guess was it was just World of Warcraft. So, if this is going to end up in frame, it's not. This is a computer that I was actually going to be building out. Well, it's kind of in frame, but you can't see the whole thing. This is an HP Z4G4. And I got it for a really good deal. The price I can't remember right off the top of my head. But this isn't the first one, because the first one I bought, I did not realize what processor it could run. So this was the second one. And it's running, I forgot what it came with. I think it was a 4-core Xeon CPU. I have put an 18-core, I think, in it. And I want to slowly build out the RAM. And I almost have a real graphics card now, which is something to say for me. But I have
I've had real graphics cards for 15 years.
I know, but integrated graphics have worked so well for me with the Intel Core stuff.
Look, I've always loved my NVIDIA graphics card.
I know, but now I have an Intel Arc card. So this is the A380. It's an ASRock card. Got it used, and that is what is driving the display in this monster now. I do expect to do a video on it sometime soon. Just, it's another one of those things that, because we want to have the house kind of show ready at any one point, I don't leave a lot of projects just out and about.
You never don't leave kids out of the house.
Very true. It's been great the last couple of days. The kids have been gone. The oldest is at a summer camp. The youngest is with her grandparents. And my wife and I have spent the last couple of days not yelling.
Yeah, it's been great.
So the stress level was low enough that I thought I could go live, but I didn't have anything particular to actually take apart or show. But let's see. Again, you would think I'd plan this a little bit better.
I know, I'm very helpful.
Yeah. So, well, I guess that's not going to work. I have made some investments in buying a couple more cameras so I can do some other types of views, whether it's live setup or recording studio or something like that. I do have yet another little thing from Amazon Vine that I am going to be working on reviewing. And once I do, I'll try to do a video review here as well. I may seem a little late to the game, but this is the Zima Blade. It came with no RAM at all, so I had to then buy a stick of RAM. I've got 8 gigs in there. I haven't booted it yet because I needed to find a mini DP adapter, and I just did today. So this should be interesting. I hope it's a little bit better of an experience than I had with the Zima board. The one I got there was only 2 gigabytes, and at the time I actually was not impressed with what it could offer. So, anyways, well, what's going on with y'all? I mean, I shouldn't say y'all. What is going on in your lives that you would like to share? Is there anything else from the channel you would like to see?
Yeah. What would they like to see? Do you have an inventory of all your computers?
No, I don't. I almost do, actually.
Well,
because
maybe you should share an inventory so they can say what they would want to see.
I have a document that has all of the different computer names that I've given them. So maybe I can find that. No, me and OBS, we're not complete friends yet. So if I had gotten it set up before this, I probably could share it. It's just a Word document. So well, one thing I do want to revisit is the differences in some of the HP business computers. It seemed that the HP 400, 600, 800, G4, 5, 6, 3, whichever generation happened to be lining up with those, that seemed to be well received. The ones that I could do next would probably be the miniature styles for that same series. Unfortunately, they're in boxes in a storage unit, so I probably won't be able to get to those anytime soon. But what I could do is another comparison on some of the HP Z4 G4 models that I have. Have you been interested in Mishtaket, Laura? I don't know. I would have to look those up. Or is my producer?
Fantastic is an open source off-grid decentralized mesh network built to run on a portable or power device.
I have at times thought about doing some sort of
Yeah, it said Laura's the long range radio protocol.
long range radio.
Yep, which is widely accessible without needing traditional licenses or certifications on they are designed to broadcast messages they receive, forming the mesh network. The meshtastic.org.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll definitely have to look into those. My radio background, I'd like to learn more about that. The LoRa.
What you do with your radio?
Off-grid messenger system. Is that kind of like where instead of having any cell carrier, you just kind of set up your base camp and you can text and it all works around like 950 megahertz? I feel like I just saw an ad for that. And there are some areas that we go that we can't get cell service. And being separated, we've used just normally the FRS type radios, but being able to send text messages or call, like a phone call instead of bleep bleep over your outer range or staticky, those radios that say that they would work, over a 36-mile radius are greatly overstating what would be in a ideal environment that does not exist, but neither does a isotropic antenna. So anyways, I digress. So I had something new I wanted to show, but again, when we were just putting the house together for another showing, I put it away. Oh, is this it? Haha, this is it. Sorry, so much is off camera, but all right. Ow, that's just my shin. Yeah, I know. So this is a mini electric screwdriver. So each person has one, and it works with a cell phone with the cell phone with no service. Actually, pretty similar range to the higher end bubble radio packs. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's definitely pretty cool. And it looks like, oh, there it is. Like, where'd my video go? It kind of locked up. All right. So, as many people, are eating up someone's ratcheting screwdriver, I decided, well, I'll just go and buy an electric one. So this is more for taking apart computers, and I had a pretty good set that I was using at work, and unfortunately, my hands, they don't like a lot of that type of motion, so carpal tunnel type issues. Oh, so what? All right. So we got stuff and things, and I bought this one on Amazon. I think it was on sale for about $50 a couple months ago. Jeez, what are we supposed to do here? It's in its own tube. Ooh. It's got a light. That's cool. Alright. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah. Now. Oh, ooh. It's magnetic. That's pretty cool. Alright, so it's got lots of little, mostly flat. You can see one or two small Torx, and then lots of little Phillips, and then those little pitchfork thingies. I don't know what they're called. I think. Oh, yep. It's got a magnetic screw holder. Oh man, that's actually pretty cool. It holds that tool, so the next time I take something apart, there's that. So yeah, effectively, I have now. Let's go. What's the most common? I've used a Phillips number 0 a lot at work, and let's see if I can get that. There we go. That's going to be pretty cool, and what's even better, I don't have to keep up with a special charger. It charges over USB-C. So I will have to play with this more. Magnetizer, tweezers. The only thing that's missing is the tools to pop the computer apart, little guitar picks and stuff. So, but I still have my other kit with that, so this will be pretty cool. All right. Well, anyways, the last video I did was on the IT12, and it didn't seem to garner much interest, but I'm using it and it seems to work pretty good. I actually used it to produce the video on it, so that was pretty cool. But that is my latest mini PC other than the Zima Blade, and that, if I do a video, will probably be the next one. my wife and I were supposed to be at some training for AI this past week, but the training got moved. So while I don't plan on having any AI um, driven content at this point, my wife is really interested in shifting me that direction. Um, well, not necessarily shifting, but looking at the tools to see what could be advantageous. And I do see some things that could be interesting.
The administrative side of things, helping with the music creation, helping with, you have the script and matching the script to the review statement, things like that. But those are the things I'm thinking about, but you probably have other ideas that are better.
Well, I mean, I've wanted to have my own music and not being a musician. Let's just say uh, I'm not really going to come up with my own tune very well. And even though I have my own recorder, I don't think that I'm going to be uh, producing any masterful tunes. So, anyways. All right. Well, I think that I will go to the chat and see what else is going on. Oh, how do I pop out chat? Here we go. Oh, this is going to work better. I think. Yes, it's the new mini PC. It is a powerhouse. Um, I actually have gathered some data to do a follow up with the Linux benchmarks. So that means I have the Geekbench scores too. And I am thoroughly impressed. Now, the price, and that's the reason why you can get that in such a small form factor, but it does work really, really well. What could be really cool if I had the desire to do so, taking it apart, there are lots of headers on it that are unused, including another power section. So you could actually take that board out and put it in a fully custom case running off of like a flex power supply or something like that. And if you do that, I don't think there were any other PCIe headers, but the fact that it does have a PCIe Gen 4 X4 and a Gen 3 X4 means you do have access to some of the buses. So it could be a pretty cool project for somebody, but I think I've got enough on my hands as it is. But while it hasn't been a huge crowd here, those who have stopped by, I want to say thank you so much. I really appreciate your chat, the interactions, and seeing how things help people. That's really, really the enjoyment I get out of doing any of the work on YouTube. So I think we're going to call it. This may be one of the less put together events. Maybe not as much fun, but you did get to see one of my cats again. So I'm going to end it, and unless there's anything else, I just want to say thank you, everybody, and I hope that you have a great night.